Assalamualaikum everyone. My presentation topic is Hong Kong protests, news coverage, comparative analysis of New York Times and Global Times. Why I chose these two organizations? The reason was New York Times is an American broadsheet newspaper and Global Times is known as the mouthpiece of Chinese Communist Party. I wanted to observe the biasness and objectivity of these two newspapers. One is tabloid and the other one is very credible newspaper with huge global audience. Let's see the disparity in news coverage of New York Times. You can see the magnitude of Hong Kong protest news stories as compared to the rest of the protests ongoing almost at the same time. I have calculated these stories since the beginning of each protest to 22 November 2019. According to newsworthiness, Haiti protests were more newsworthy because 42 to 50 people were killed in these protests as compared to Hong Kong protests, but still got less coverage. Most of these stories about Hong Kong protests are on front page of New York Times, and while other protests received very less attention. Ecuador protest 9 stories, Haiti 7 stories, Chile protest for only 14 stories. So what was the reason of it? Let's discuss polity of Hong Kong first. What's happening now? Hong Kong is a semi-autonomous region since the 1997 British handoff to China, with an agreement that Hong Kong could keep some autonomy for 50 years until it fully reunites with mainland China in 2047. But this one country, two system principle is going to be collapsed soon. For restoring law and order in Hong Kong, China passed a new national security bill directly in the National People's Congress, which is considered as the end of one country, two systems by many dissenting voices. Relations between China and US are rapidly deteriorating, and Hong Kong emerged as a new source of conflict. Ideologically biased news media organizations turned the city into a new Cold War geopolitical combat zone. Western countries, especially US, supported the protesters by imposing trade sanctions against China and Hong Kong. President Trump said that China is abandoning the idea of one country, two systems in favor of one country, one system. So here you can see the autonomy status of Hong Kong. Hong Kong controls its own economy, political system, police force and justice system. While China controls the bigger affairs like military, foreign affairs, it also controls Hong Kong political system to some extent through pro-Beijing camp and all those political leaders which have business interests in mainland. This is the legislative council structure of in Hong Kong. It contains 70 seats, 35 are directly associated with elected politicians from both pro-democracy and pro-China camps. Other half, 35 seats, were given to other sectors like finance, health and tourism. Anyhow, Hong Kong Chief Minister executive is selected by China. Pro-China bloc is dominant in legislative councils. These reserved seats are also very pro-Chinese. I already told you that it has some business interest with mainland Chinese authorities. So pro-China bloc is dominant in legislative council, so it leads to more pro-China laws, which is the main source of discontent among Hong Kongers. So let's see the timeline of protests in Hong Kong. In 2003, hundreds of people came to streets in order to oppose Basic Law Article 23, and these protests were focused on universal suffrage and anti-subversion. In 2014, actually, Hong Kongers are living under constant threat of fear of loss of freedom since its inception. In 2014, student-led umbrella movement shut down the city for 3 months. Protests in China began in September as sit-ins against proposed changes to Hong Kong's electoral system. Beijing interference undermined the democracy, so they don't want any electoral reforms in this case. In 2019, this unrest, this is the current unrest, and it started with an extradition bill, which led to victory of pro-democracy district council elections in November. Pro-democracy camps in district council got 17 out of 18 seats, which are all associated with pro-China camp. Okay, in 2020 HK protests in the name of restoring law and order in Hong Kong, China passed a new national security bill directly in National People's Congress, which is considered as the end of one country, two system by many dissenting voices. What is extradition bill? Actually, it started with a murder case in Taiwan. There is a lot of history behind it. But apparent reason is like this murder case. In 2018, a couple went to Taiwan and there is 19-year-old boyfriend killed her girlfriend. But the problem was that Hong Kong couldn't prosecute him for murder he said he committed in Taiwan. And officials in Taiwan said they couldn't either because there is no extradition agreement between these two territories. So Hong Kong lawmakers proposed extradition bill for serious criminals which allow their trials in China as well as in Taiwan. Okay, this was very alarming for Hong Kongers because they don't believe in China's legal system. For example, bookseller abduction case. China is often accused of going after its political opponents, and Hong Kongers don't believe in its law. Protesters labeling by Global Times and New York Times. There is only one similarity between these two news organizations, and which is one-sided, single-minded, ideologically biased news stories. Okay, it was democracy versus Chinese Communist Authority. Global Times labeled these protesters as rioters, radical elements, separatists, terrorists, and even compared with ISIS, anti-China chaotic forces secretly backed by Western powers. New York Times pro-democracy protesters, fighters who would be willing to die for freedom. So New York Times labeled them as freedom fighters. Here we can see the headline on 22nd May 2020 on the front page of New York Times. China makes move to quash dissent inside Hong Kong. Plan to undercut region's civil liberties, risk a revival of violent protests. This is suggesting that China is a very authoritative and its laws are responsible for violent protests. They are undermining the civil liberties and the autonomous status of Hong Kong. So the message is very clear that US is in the favor of protesters. Revolution now, free Hong Kong. Here you can see these two pictures of New York Times. In this picture you can clearly see these two flags. These protesters want American intervention and support, or maybe America is supporting this revolution in which people are asking for freedom. So in these pictures of New York Times, you can see an unarmed man confronting a Hong Kong police officer, and and the newspaper compared it with Tiananmen Square, in which a protester is standing in front of 4 tanks. So here you can see the protesters are shown as victims, and on the other side Beijing is very authoritative, police is very brutal. In this Global Times editorial, which is titled as "This beautiful site extends from Hong Kong to US." So in June 2019, the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the Hong Kong citywide protest a beautiful sight to behold. The editorial published on May 31st, 2020 with picture of George Floyd protesters burning a building, and Trump tweeted like this: "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." In this picture you can see Hong Kong violent protester, and the politician is enjoying this beautiful sight, while on the other side this is a US violent protester, and the US politician is Trump is saying shoot the thugs. Global Times editorial pictures. US protesters, here you can see US protesters are shown as victims and police used pepper spray on them during a demonstration over the killing of George Floyd outside Minneapolis. This is from Detroit. Police is so cruel here. A protester is standing outside the White House with closed fist. Okay, ideological media biases. Global Times strategy for George Floyd demonstrations, which is very similar to New York Times Hong Kong protest news coverage style, maligning the police by showing repression, supporting and encouraging violent protests, criticizing American political system like US caught sick in recent riots. Trump threatened to send military, because New York Times always mentioned that Xi Jinping is inviting military to control the violence. So Global Times is using the same rhetoric. HK protest versus George Floyd demonstrations. Chinese people comment on social media, US protesters are more powerful than Hong Kong protesters. They created a beautiful sight, but many beautiful landscapes in their country. Similarities between these two riots: smearing national flag, attacking police, looting shops and burning public facilities. US Pulitzer Prize lost its credibility for objective journalism. Some mocked Pulitzer Prize by saying that picture of US police officer putting his knee on the neck of George Floyd should get Pulitzer Prize next year. Actually, Pulitzer Prize is a very prestigious award of award of US in journalism. So it was given to New York Times and writers for exposing the predation of Vladimir Putin regimes and Hong Kong protest pictures in 2019. News coverage contained ideological biases for Hong Kong protests and Russophobic approach for Chinese ally. New York Times photography. Yes, it shows police brutality. New York Times rhetoric was to defame China and glorify the protesters by even neglecting their violence for many innocent Hong Kong people. So you can see here in this picture, people are in restaurant and tear gas. In this picture you can see police arrested more than 2,800 people, and protesters are portrayed as victims, and Xi Jinping pictures are on road while people are stepping on it. Headline sentiments comparison between Global Times and New York Times. Latest sanctions against China will hurt the US, unite mainland and Hong Kong. This is the editorial which says that these sanctions will further hurt the US economy, and it will unite mainland and China and Hong Kong. So, rebuking China, Trump curtails ties to Hong Kong and smears them with WHO. Critics says the action would do little to blunt China's influence and could ultimately hurt the US and others. So, Trump is blaming China for coronavirus as well as for Hong Kong turmoil.